Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for a birthday party. Oh, let's get started. So first, as always, I'm going to be starting with brows. I have the Milani Stay Put brow color. I should probably actually first get some cotton swabs and then I the water out. I kind of broke the top off trying to open it yesterday. And today I'm not going to be doing my one thing with the tape because I don't have time. Get my little mirror. Got that. First I'm just shaping my brows. I need to pluck them bad. So I'm just filling them in like normal, like I normally do. And I'm going to be changing things. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my micellar water, which I actually found out they make a melting balm too. So I'm going to see about getting that. As well. See, and just a little trick to keep the brows from looking so blocky once I put the concealer down. Which I need to find my concealer. Forgot about that. It fell yesterday. Ugh. Got it. Woo! Alright. Yesterday I had to hurry up with my makeup because we had to go see my godfather in like a not really a concert because he doesn't make his own songs, he just does covers, like a bar performance yesterday. So I couldn't do my makeup yesterday, but I'm doing it today because I'm not now that I'm getting older, I'm not so much a tomboy anymore. So like I said, this keeps that micellar water keeps the brows from looking so blocky. I always use my micellar water to my advantage, which I'm gonna have to get more, and I'm just gonna have to get a bigger bottle. Because they don't have small bottles of the kind that I need that goes with the melting balm. So. Alright. Let that dry. I'm gonna need that. Since I don't have an eyeliner right now, I do. It's in my makeup palette. That's what I'm going to be using today. But today's eye look's going to be a little different too. Just forewarning. Let me get my sponge included. It just I want to try something different today. I think I'm going to use my diamond one that doesn't have really much of a point anymore. Oh, look! The water made it have a point again. I'm just making sure all the water's out. So it's just nice and fluffy. Alright, so I'm doing my concealer a little bit different today on the brows too, once I find it. So I'm going to take a concealer brush. I'm going to take my concealer, which is the Bleed Beauty Your Covered Liquid Concealer in the shade Fawn. Which I ended up having to use a regular liquid concealer for one of the looks. I redid it. And this is going to warm up the product so it's easier to work with. Then I'm going to take my concealer brush. I'm going to dip into it on both sides. Evenly just bleh. You know what I'm trying to say. And more even coverage. But as I was saying, I found out I had to use actual liquid concealer for one of them. Because the way it is, it's kind of hard to use potted concealer. Then I'm going to take my spongy sponge. These I just got off Amazon, I think in 2023 when I did my Chucky and Tiffany for Halloween. Just something to blend out concealer with that. And then it looks a lot more natural when you block it out like this. So, doing the same thing here. Just looks a lot more natural. And it doesn't look so blocky. I need to get a wipe. Like, my hands are clean because I just got a shower, but I just like to make sure after each product. So I'm not mixing anything. And then I'm gonna take my beauty sponge before it's too hard to blend. And sponge. Blend everything out. Okay. So now that that's done, I'm gonna take my Milani eyeshadow primer and prime my eyes. It's too much. My eyes are really gonna be primed now. And I'm just taking this fluffy eyeshadow brush. I think these are the ones from when I did Tiffany back in 23. And prime my eyes. It's too much. Ugh. It's gonna have to stay that way because I'm like, I can't blend it out more unless I use a sponge. I'm gonna take some over here, some over here. I'm just gonna use my sponge really quick just to clean up. Okay. So now I'm gonna let that set for like 30 seconds. And then we'll get into the eyeshadow. So I'm going in between two different palettes. So I'm going into my Ballerine palette, which only has the matte shadows now. Yesterday, the other glitter came out. And then my Profusion makeup book. So I'm going to take my Moda crease brush. I'm going to go into this shade first. I know. I'm like ass backwards. Because normally I don't use color before my other ones, but I am today. This is actually going to be the eye look I was going to use yesterday, but I didn't have time to do my makeup. So then I took my blending brush here that I normally use as a crease brush, and I blended this out. So it was nicely blended. Like, I started to do my makeup yesterday, and then my dad's like, oh, you don't have time. And then I'm like, well, there's no point in me wearing makeup. So, let me blend. I got like to the crease part And he's like, oh, you don't have time. Oh, well, okay. Well, so I went back into that color. And I'm only using this for like 3 color, or well, this shade and then the other 3 shades, and then using a different crease brush to get the brown in. And then, yeah. What I'm missing. So now taking my blending brush again, and I'm getting hungry. I can tell when I'm getting hungry because I'll start like cramping. And you'll see like the biggest difference that this makes. It made a big difference yesterday. So now I'm going into my Profusion makeup book. I'm going into Porcelain, Baby Doll, and Snatched. Like normal. Like, it made a pretty peachy shade. But I feel bad for blending brown into it, but I don't normally do the peachy shades anyways. I don't normally do color anyways. Thinking about just leaving it like this and just going into the rest. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. So now I'm taking my blending brush again, just to really blend those colors together. So now I'm going to take my blending crease brush here. All right. So this is probably going to get a little dark, easy. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go into Perfect Stranger first. And we're going to put this into my natural crease to pretty much divide the crease from my lid. And we're going to be doing the outer corner with it too. And kind of blending the brown into the shadows that I put there. It's weird. It's not what I normally do. But I'm trying something different. And if I don't like it, so I'm going to make sure all the fallout is off my brush. I'm going to go in with a light hand. I'm going to take my Tampered blending brush, blend that out because I see some harshness. And yes, this is going to be a little, like I said, all fall out. The reason I'm making it so dark is because I knocked off and got all the fallout off. So the fallout is what usually makes it pigmented, but so getting that Tampered blending brush again. So I went dark first, and then we're gonna lighten it up. I'm going in with a light hand, making sure all of those harsh lines now. I'm gonna wipe this off. Get that black out of there. Now I'm going into Equinox, which is the one next to it. It's like a dark gray. So now we're going to start lightening it up. Again, a light hand. This is different. It's definitely different. I feel like with the full face of makeup, it will look a lot better. But we'll see. I think that actually looks good. Blended in with the brown. Blended in. Oh, fine. This is fine. Like I said, I feel like with a full face of makeup, it will look better. I can't promise anything. Again, a light hand. Alright, so lesson learned, just do the light gray. Just do light gray. I like the like ombre effect, not really ombre, but like the different like light, dark, and then we could do medium. like I said, I feel like with maybe like a white eyeliner, use my white eyeliner today. We're getting pretty colorful today. This is gonna be weird. But I'm getting out of my comfort zone with makeup, which is why I'm also trying to do cosplay, because that gets me out of my comfort zone too. Okay. Alright, that blending brush is done. We'll use this blending brush next. Alright, so that's enough out of that for now. So I think I'm going to use both browns out of this palette. So I'm going to take my pencil detail brush. I'm going to go into the two matte browns. So a little bit of this one. Here in it. And then a little bit of that darker brown. And just a smidge more of that lighter one. There. Oh, I will be cleaning this up too. Why is it not going to work? A little bit of lighter brown, a little bit darker brown, and a little bit more of the lighter. Gross. I'm going all the way with that brown for the crease part. Hopefully lighten it up a little bit. Doesn't look like it's working much, but now blending. Not having fallout makes blending a lot more difficult for me for some reason. I also know I have harsh lines because I always do. Alright, the same thing on the other side. Like I said, I feel like with a full face of makeup, it'll look better. And because I'm using color corrector today, I'm not going to use the powder until on top until after my color corrector, where I normally powder my primer. So I just gotta get the money for it, but I did find like a mic that I could like clip right here. so you can hear me better, especially during fall and winter when I start getting sick easier and faster. So it seems like everybody in my family gets sick during the winter, so then guess who ends up getting it because they get sick easy. So. Alright. So now I need this again. I need my all over lid brush. I'm gonna use Satellite and then put a little bit of Mission on top. So you know what I'm talking about. This and this. Just for a little bit of sparkle. Can't wait until I can do my elf video. Wait, I still need that. It's a shimmer. There we go. Alright. So now I'm gonna take my makeup wipe. I will be taking my Star Water too. Take my makeup wipe. Wipe as much of the whatever fallout I have. So you can see a little bit because of the glitter. So. And then I'm going to take my micellar water with a little bit of my micellar water with the Q-tip. I don't know what I'm talking about. And get right up here. Kind of wing that out a little bit. And take the other side. The same thing over here. Just want it more natural. Alright. So we're going to let that dry. Then I'm going to take a white eyeshadow as my brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight once I do my under eyes. Then we'll do eyeliner after brow bone highlight. Alright, so now I'm going to take my small shader brush from Moda in this white single shadow. So this was supposed to be for Halloween for next month, but coming to find out one of the palettes actually had white and I couldn't tell online. So I got white when I didn't need it. So I'm like, oh, well, then it's going to go in here. So now you get to use it as a highlighter. Highlight. Brow bone highlight. Okay. So I'm just going lightly. It's not very pigmented, which is why it works as a brow bone highlight. Because I don't like those highlighters. Like the brow bone highlights. That are super pigmented. There you go. That works. Then use whatever is left on my brush on the other side really quick, and then we can do this. But my nose itches. Damn it. Get that out. Damn it. So now I'm taking my bent eyeliner brush and I'm gonna get it wet a little bit and do my eyeliner. I think I'm gonna use the white one today just to match the brow highlight. Or might do blue. I don't know. Which one do you think? White or blue? I'm gonna say white. I mean, blue matches everything too, but I just want to see what a white eyeliner would look like. So I'm gonna get it wet. I'm not sopping wet, so I'm gonna get a little bit of paper towel. And like what I do with the sponges, I'm gonna do here. We're gonna get a little bit of white eyeliner, just a little bit. Tempted to do eyeliner. We might have to have it really wet. We might have to. That's too much though. See? I just need a little bit more wet. Dang, that is pigmented. Look at that. It's extremely pigmented. Alright, well. Wipe whatever makeup got on it from the eyes. But like, look at that. That is extremely pigmented. And I will be taking my cotton swab and cleaning up my eyeliner too. That's extremely pigmented. I love these. They're so pigmented. They're so pigmented, easy to work with. I love them so much. But I mean, look at it. This one kind of blended with the shadow, which is fine because I like this. Alright, let me wipe this off again. Then we're going to clean up the eyeliner and the eyes will be done for now. And then it's just onto face for now. Which I got a new tip and trick for contouring. Night cream contour and powder. Perfect. I love this. Now that I added the eyeliner, it actually doesn't look too bad. Oh, nope, the other one's blending in with the eyeshadow too. Oh well. Alright. So, now. Primer. I was trying to figure out what I needed. Primer. Primer. Yes, I got some in this. So first I'm going into my Bleak Beauty Pretty and Prime Stay Put Makeup Primer. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. This is the way to use less product. Because whatever, I always need to put more for my I prime my neck too from where I do foundation on my neck, like all the way down to my chest. I always need to put more on my forehead, which that's just something I need to do. Because where I pretty much do all this first. Get it into my hairline. Oh. Now for the cosplay, I have to put foundation on my ears. I'm just making sure everything's primed. Alright, so I'm going to let that set for 30 seconds. Then we'll go into the second one, which is just going to be in here for my pores. And then we'll be good. So, it's another blurring primer. This is just to make sure that it sets before I put color corrector on it. And then once I put color corrector on it, it'll be fine. Yay. Alright. So now I'm going into the Saute London Everyday Vacay Hydrating and Smoothing Primer. Okay. Just a little bit right there. And I love using this brush for especially this product because it really presses it into the pores. which I will use my hands to really press it into the skin more. So I'm gonna take this, like, go like this. Then another 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna do color corrector. Which we should get the brush out for color corrector. It's right here. I have two concealer brushes that are like the flat top. One's for color corrector, one's for concealer. And I always get the two mixed up. So I'm gonna have to get another green color corrector soon. I have the rest. Alright. So now I'm going to go into my color correctors. I'm going to go into green first. I'm just doing it how I normally would with like a wand color corrector. Okay. Then I'm going to take this sponge and blend it. And my dad's like, why does your makeup tutorials take so long? Because like he keeps an eye on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh, well, because you know I use so much makeup because I'm like, well, there's stuff that can work together so you're not using so much of one product. He's like, that's stupid. I'm like, no, it's called I don't want to use too much of one product. So I'm not going to. Like, he doesn't get it. Like, I have so much dullness lately because because I've been traveling a lot, going places, not like out of state, but like in state. So I have so much dullness on my face. And it's annoying as hell. Yuck. Alright, so now I'm gonna switch sponges. I already have the eye cream down. I do have skincare on too. So that's what really helps. And right there. Right there. So that's what really helps. And I do have dark circles too because I haven't been getting enough sleep. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna let that set for, let that set for 30 seconds. And then we'll powder everything and start my under painting. I dug my nail into one of the shadows. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to clean it up. Alright. So, I'm excited. Alright. Next. I'm going into a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me with this big powder brush here to set that primer and color corrector. Just a light, quick set. Nothing too drastic. Just a nice light set. Everything I just did with the primer and stuff. This is a nice powder kabuki brush type thing. So, see, nice light set. Nothing too dramatic. The dramatic part is going to be the after everything. Because I'm baking on everything. On the under eyes, and where I put the cream products underneath the foundation. Yeah. That was so weird. I don't know why I did that. Alright. Now, I'm going to do the contour, and my blush is going to be a little bit different today too. I'm going to be really blushing. So I'm going to take my Believe Beauty dual-ended contour stick. I'm going to contour here. So we're making the 3, but it's just going to be extended more. And then here's the 3. See? So you got the 3, but you also got the forehead. So I'm going to try to repeat this on the other side. So I got a big mirror in front of me. So, okay. So and I'm not going to contour here. This is where powder bronzer is going to be. So then now I'm going to do my lines that I normally do behind my ear. And then I'm going to take the back crap. I might actually do this. I might brighten on the high points of my face. But now, like right up in here on my brain. Well, no, like that's where concealer goes. I will figure it out once I have all the cream products. Now I'm going to take the back part that's kind of pointing out, and I'm going to contour circle. Like that. Alright. So I'm going to keep this product out for now. Alright. Then I'm going to take my concealer. I need my concealer brush. And we're going to make the 5 like we normally do. But it's going to be a little different. You'll see. So we're going to go how we normally do with that here down. I guess this one's gonna be different. It's just gonna be a lot bigger because it's a little awkward. Same thing here. How we normally do it here. Okay. Oops, shit. Then my little trick with the back of the hand. And that's it. That's all concealer. Now, I'm going to do this. Then in between. And top. Okay. I used a little too much product here this time. Okay. Now, alright, I need this one. Yeah, this is the, yeah, okay. So first, I'm gonna go okay, I don't know. This is irritating my skin. First, I'm gonna go with the B Color Liquid Blush and Coral Crush. And see this loop here? Just like that. And blend it out. And then here, same. There. Yes. Now, I'm going into my Bleak Beauty Color Me Cream Blush and Tropical Sunset. And I'm going to take this brush and get it nice and coated. And then inside that circle we just made, I'm going to put an even smaller circle for this cream blush. And they're going to be mixed. So we'll wipe this off. So now we blend them separately. So I'm going to blend out the contour first. So for that, for the forehead, forehead and jawline, I'm going to take the e.l.f. contouring brush. Oh, and behind the ears. So everything's lifted. I'm blending upwards, so everything's lifted. Here, I'm just gonna blend it like that. And I will be using a sponge to blend everything out afterwards too. And then again, want everything lifted towards the ear on the jawline. And I actually like this because my jawline is snatched. I don't like this being so snatched because it can actually, for some reason, like my double chin here becomes more noticeable. Okay. And then here we're going to blend everything into the hairline first. Like that. And then here, blend everything up into the hairline first. And then whatever's left, blend it down towards this part of the hairline. I actually like this better. Now I'm going to take my angled brush that I normally use for contour. I'm going to blend this up like that. This kind of up. So go blend this up towards the ear. This, because you want to keep that shape. But I'm also kind of lifting it. Then again, down into this part of the contour. Okay. Getting this part lifted. This part down, but kind of lifted. I just feel more comfortable doing it this way. Then this part into the contour on the jawline. Now, because you want a slim nose. So normally I connect my eyeshadow with my contour. Here I can't. Because I want to see what I know, like with the slim nose. Just curious. Alright, so now contour is done. I'm not gonna have enough time for that. So alright. Now I'm gonna use my concealer brush. And I'm going to blend this into kind of like into the nose a little bit. Still keeping that shape. I'm just glad these products don't dry fast. And this, I'm kind of just blending it like this. Then other side. Kind of concealing the nose a little bit too. But still keeping the original shape. And this is why it takes me a long time. to do makeup. Because I want to blend everything together and all that. Now, I'm going to take the brush I used. Just going to blend these together. Keep that lifted look. So we're going to blend it out like this. Just blend it all over the cheek. Keep that lifted look. So see, that lifted look. Like I said, we're gonna be my nose edges, if you cannot tell. So we're also going to be blending this out with a sponge. And if you cannot tell, like that part of my nose keeps getting itchy. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to cover everything that we just did with some foundation. I'm going to take my stippling brush here, and this is where foundation's going to get a little different too. I'm going into my Blade Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. I'm going to put 3 pumps onto the back of my hand. I'm using the shade Shell, by the way. And then do that. Because then it evenly gets all the bristles coated. And then stipple it on. And everything ends up covered, but it still shows through. I'm going to mist this area for now because the brush is too big and it will just get all over my lips, and I don't have time to clean off my lips. And we are going to be fixing brush, like the visible, where it's visible, where I stippled it on. And I need 3 more pumps. For the rest of my neck. and my forehead. Alright, so now I'm going to take my sponge, whatever is left on the back of my hand, I'm going to get to put here. And I forgot my nose. Okay. So now that so I'm going to take the bottom part and lightly blend everything. See, you can still see every hair on my face. Alright. Now I'm going to let that set for about 30 seconds to a minute. I will be right back. I'm going to get a little snack. Actually, let me put back here. Time because I feel stickiness, so it's not blended all the way. Okay. And then we will I'll powder this bake underneath my eyes and where I put the contour and stuff, and then lightly set everywhere else. Alright. So now we're gonna do the bake part first. So I'm gonna take one of my powder puffs. I just picked the pink, purple one. I'm gonna bake under my under eyes first. So I'm gonna use my sponge. See? I'm just bake. Alright. And then I'm gonna use my sponge again. Okay. So now the places, well, we already baked here. So now the other places I'm gonna bake is right here. Right there. Where we put the contour on the forehead. And I think I already mentioned it, I am using my Maybelline Fit Me. And the places I'm going to put highlighter. So I'm going to put a little bit here. Put a little bit here. And put blush here. Put contour here and there. blush here. Contour here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bake on my chin, my whole chin, because I'm also putting powder bronzer there. And then here, my whole nose. I'm gonna bake on my whole nose. Just because my nose is small anyways. And then I have one more place I'm baking, which is right here, where I put that contour there. Okay. So. And my whole forehead. We'll just go ahead and do my whole forehead because of the highlighter. Alright, so pretty much the only thing I need to really rebake are cheeks. Alright, put the blush. So the place I really need to lightly set is here, which is awesome. Because the place where I'm putting the powder products is where I'm baking. So since I only have a little bit, I'm going to take this powder brush . Oh shit, I forgot behind my ears, underneath my ears. A bit more. Okay. I'm supposed to bake there because contour is going there. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush and we're going to dust everything off, including the light set, just to make sure there's no excess powder. So really get this bake off. So I'm gonna finish up my eyes really quickly. So that looks better. So like I said, I'm gonna finish up my eyes really quick. I think I'm just going to use this palette. With my smudge brush. I tried using most of my brushes today. I'm not going to put my water activated eyeliner right here, like on my bottom lashes, because I don't know. You never know when my eyes are going to water, so. Now I'm only going to, I used this one on the whole bottom lash line. Okay. So I'm going to use this medium brown only 3/4 of the way. So then you can see like a gradient, not just everything on top. And I'm being careful not to blend it either. Like blend it all the way. Okay. Now I'm going to take the dark brown and only go halfway with it. I might use a little bit of water activated just on the outer corner to connect it with the wing. See how that looks. So I'm trying to get as close to my lashes with this color. Okay. There. The bottom lashes are done. Well, almost. So, like I said, I'm going to use a little bit of it. Just a smidge. Might as well just go all the way. Which is blending with the brown anyways. I like that. A little bit of cleanup on top on my side eye. I just need to learn. That's all this is telling me. Alright. So now I'm going to take the same shadow that I put in on my brow bone in my inner corner. Just for a little bit of highlight. Oh. Ugh. I am doing a little bit of cleanup because my space is messy. Alright. Hour and a half. Holy shit. Alright. Now let's get this finished. Okay. So now I'm going to take my Sculpting contour brush. I'm going to go into Light Sculpt. And I also need, my angled brush for the face. Which, here soon. So here we're doing lifted. Then use I will be blending this too. Got my blending brush here. And we might blend the bronzer into the contour. I'll see. Okay. So now I'm taking my angled contour. My angled brush here. I call it my angled contour brush because I don't use it as an eye brush. And we are going to follow where I put that 3. So we're going to lift it here. Bring this down to kind of meet it, but lift it. Lift it here. And then it's going to blend into that jaw contour. So lift it here and then blend it into here. Lift, lift, lift. And make sure this is close to the hairline. There. Same thing on the other side. So I'm going to start with this lifted part first here this time.